over just a simple explanation of the head and shoulders pattern. And keep in mind that the opposite goes for everything that I'm saying for the inverse head and shoulders pattern, which is a bullish position. So this is a head and shoulders. It's almost perfect. And so you can see here, we have the left shoulder, we have the head, and then we have the right shoulder. And so what this is a rally and then small profit taking. And then the people who missed out on this wave jump in for this because they're expecting the same thing to happen, which by all these people jumping in and doing that causes another rally. And then this is the people from down here and in here securing profits. Now, as they're securing profits, they have the large majority of all the shares, and that's causing it to fall. It's all the people in here who are now freaked out selling. And then as this is the neckline. So as this line approaches, this would be support, because this is where kind of this point stopped and decided to reverse. So people are looking at this as support. So as that hits, people are buying into it, thinking it's going to go up. Again, as they do that, that causes it to go up. So with it rising up from there, you have these people here starting to recover what they can. All the people who bought in up here are recovering what they can and cutting losses here. Anybody who bought in here will most likely be taking profits here. And it's basically the point that people realize they are in a head and shoulders pattern and they are securing profits, which therefore forms the head and shoulders. So everything is kind of a self-fulfilling pattern. And so as they start to sell that, it just fully crashes the stock, and it causes it to go down further. So once it really breaks this neckline here, this is the piece that you would be playing. So if you're playing a head and shoulders pattern, then you would be focusing on this section here, the neckline. And once it breaks underneath that, that's where you would be entering. So you can see here, it broke out, and then this is a retest. And then it confirmed that it was going to stay underneath this line, and then it continued lower. So that would have been a very nice trade. From there, you would be looking for support, which would be here and here, which you can see is kind of where this stopped out. So that would be your profit taking place if you're shorting it. And then from there, you can start looking for bounces, but the head and shoulders will be on all time frames. So as you can see, this is a 5-minute head and shoulders, but if you switch down to the 2-minute, then you also have another little head and shoulders in here. So it's just constantly filled. There's another left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder. There's 1, 2, 3 head and shoulders, and then 4 if you count this big one, all within this one head and shoulder pattern. So they're constantly occurring. I'm sure that if we were to scale up, we'll find some. So it's a pretty common pattern, almost always plays out. And then, like I said, the same will be said for inverse head and shoulders. You just flip this around, and it would be left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then it would continue up. Once this neckline is broken, it would start going upward. And so you would do the same thing, wait for that neckline to break, retest, and then enter once you know it wants to confirm that trend.